are still about 2 hours left in what's being called Hispanic Community Day at the Memorial Convention Center. And while that may sound like a diversity education campaign, it is actually part of an effort to get more people vaccinated against COVID. Tan Trung joins us live from the convention center. And Tan, doctors have said for a long time that the pandemic has disproportionately affected communities of color. But as I understand it, the true impact on the Hispanic population is hard to gauge, right?
And Karen, that could be for several reasons. When you consider possible challenges with the English language and then also immigration status, that can make some members of the Hispanic community a bit uneasy about getting the health care that they need. Well, at this point, LCMC says all of that needs to get pushed aside.
When it comes to offering the COVID vaccine to possible illegal immigrants, Dr. Jeffrey Elder says practicality trumps politics, and we need as many people vaccinated as possible.
We don't care about your immigration status. We just want to get people vaccinated and keep them healthy.
With translators on hand, virtually anyone can get a COVID shot at the mass vaccination site by LCMC Health. There's no charge, no IDs required, and no one is asking about immigration status. Maria Lira says some of her friends are worried about that. She spoke with us through a translator.
She commented to me as well that she was a little bit afraid to come here because, you know, one doesn't know if the information that they give here will be shared out to other places.
Whether it's the language barrier or concern about deportation, doctors say some Hispanics have been hesitant to get tested for COVID and to get vaccinated. That can make it harder for them to understand the pandemic's true impact on the Hispanic population.
I don't know if we do. You know, we know that some people aren't going to come forth. You know, even if they had symptoms and they had mild symptoms, they may have just stayed at home and never been tested, never been seen by a healthcare provider.
When vaccinations began last year, Louisiana was not collecting data on ethnicity. So the information on Hispanic or Latinos in the state getting vaccinated was incomplete. The state changed its policy 2 months ago, and the current tracking shows Hispanics are among the smallest group getting vaccinated. Dr. Elder says with an increase in vaccine supply, there should not be hurdles to getting one. Some feel very differently. One man recently posted this on Facebook, asking, why are we allowing immigrants in our country with promises of free education, free health care, and a better life, and we can't take care of our own citizens and veterans?
These are people in our community, so whatever your political views are, they're around us all. And if we want to shut this virus down and go back to having Mardi Gras and big crowds and Jazz Fest and all the things that we love about New Orleans, we have to keep people healthy.
For Maria Lira, who says she has legal status, getting her first dose of vaccine is life-changing.
At first I was a little bit afraid of it, but now after having done it, I think it really was the best decision because I know that I'm going to be protecting myself and that I'm going to be protecting my family as well.
According to the U.S. Census, about 5% of Louisiana's population identifies as Hispanic, but when you factor in the possibility of undocumented workers, that number could be higher. Now, to accommodate the working population, LCMC Health extended the hours to this mass vaccination site today. It's going to be open until 8 o'clock, and they're encouraging anyone who needs a shot to get their first doses today. Reporting at the convention center, Tan Trung, Eyewitness News.
All right, still 2 hours left. Thanks very much, Tan.